Welcome back to the Demon Slayer Gaming Channel. We're going to be continuing our Final Fantasy XIV Dungeon Guide series. We're going to be re-looking at one of the Realm Reborn dungeons that received an update with patch 6.1. This time we're going to be looking at Brayflox's Longstop. The general progression in some of the areas in this dungeon changed along with one of the boss fights, so there's been a decent amount of updates. Starting off though, it is the same as it was in the previous version, so you'll just want to pick up the adds and proceed towards the ramp in the back left hand side. After killing all of the adds, you'll go up and talk to the Goblin Pathfinder, who will give you the key to access the first boss. Then you'll head straight across to the last group of adds here in front of the Run Stop head gate. After you open up the door, you'll proceed into the first boss. Make sure you're picking up aggro on all of the adds, and you'll want to AoE them down first. Make sure to move out of the numbing breath that he'll cast in front of him. He is stunnable, so if you want to save your stun for when he's casting this, then you can use it then. If you take too long to kill him, another set of adds will spawn behind you, so you'll just pick those up again. At that point though, he should be pretty much dead, so you'll just want to focus him down and finish him off. Proceeding into the next area, the Ash Drake has a frontal cone AoE, so you'll want to make sure you're facing him away from the rest of the group. After the first two groups are dead, you'll proceed across the bridge and then take a right and go under the ledge. For the second boss, you'll also want to keep him facing away from the rest of the group. Whenever Brayflox comes into the fight and has the Tempest bias following him, you'll want to just throw a couple of your range attacks at the Tempo bias, so after he's done chasing Brayflox around the room, he'll come to you instead of trying to go towards your healer. You can completely ignore the Tempest bias and focus down the Infernal Drake to begin with. A little while after Brayflox comes into the fight, he'll taunt the Inferno Drake and then take it over to one of your party members. Shortly after doing this, the Inferno Drake will also do his Cone Breath AoE, so that party member is going to be hit, anyone standing next to them, so they'll want to just move away from the rest of the group. After the Inferno Drake is dead, you'll finish off the Tempest Biased, and that should be it for the second boss. The next area is where the big changes have occurred, so you'll no longer be able to proceed to the right through the swamp area. You'll have to go along the left hand side, picking up the different groups of adds. The Surf Fs have a circular AoE around themselves that also increases the magic damage taken. So if you get hit by multiple of these, it can start stacking the damage quite a bit, but it's not that bad. The Wormhound will also have a circular AoE that he'll do around himself, along with a frontal cone that you'll just want to move out of. Hellbender will also have the peculiar light circular AoE around him that is a little more difficult to see as the water can kind of hide the animation. When he targets a random party member and puts them in a water bubble, then you will want to focus down the queer bubble. Hellbender can also do a frontal cone AoE that you'll want to try to not face him towards most of your party members, but sometimes he can end up doing it whenever you're focusing down the queer bubble, causing your party members to get hit. Your healer will just need to heal through this if this occurs. Once he gets below 20%, then Aetar will come down from the sky, and you'll just need to pick him up and focus him down. He can cast Dragon Breath, which is a large line AoE, but once he gets down to 75%, he will fly away. For the final area, the Asterix again have their frontal cone AoEs, so try to keep them facing away from the group. After all these ads are dead, you'll just proceed through the open gate up to the final boss. The fight with Aetar has completely changed. Salivus Snap is going to be a tank buster that will need to be healed through. It does apply a poison debuff, so you will be taking extra damage after the initial hit. Toxic Vomit is going to put circular AoEs on the platform that you'll just want to avoid standing in. Once these land on the platform, they will summon large poison pods that after a short delay will explode. So you'll want to make sure that you're moving away from these a good distance so that you can avoid that AoE. Dragon Breath is his large line AoE that he can throw at a random party member, so you just want to move out of this as necessary. I'll do Toxic Vomit one more time, this time doing 2 different sets. The explosions will happen in the order that they land on the platform. So stand on the pods for the second set originally, and then move into the openings after the first set explodes. And this should be it for Brayflox's Longstop. I hope this helped everyone out. If it did, please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you on the next one.